Check this little TikTok out from my boy right here.
Watching, we building it.
Just when I thought there was no reason to watch the Republican debates, the vet comes out with truth bombs so shocking that the moderators don't know what to do.
I think the real enemy is not Donald Trump. It's not even Joe Biden. It is the deep state that at least Donald Trump attempted to take on. And if you want somebody who's going to speak truth to power, then vote for somebody who's going to speak the truth to you. Why am I the only person on the stage, at least, who can say that January 6th now does look like it was an inside
Because
job?
he was set up to say that. Never believe these people. They're trying to make people vote for him.
That the great replacement theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory, but a basic statement of the Democratic Party's platform. That the 2020 election was indeed stolen by big tech. That the 2016 election, the one that Trump won for sure, was also one that was stolen from him by the national security establishment that actually put up the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that they knew was false. There's a reason why I'm the only person on the stage who can say these things. That's what it's going to take, not people who are licking his boots one time and now Monday morning quarterbacking and criticizing when it's convenient.
Oh, man. You see the way the cameraman's like pulling out, doing that shot? They're like, get ready to cut the feed. It absolutely destroys Nikki Haley. He goes after her ridiculous idea to have everybody's identity online tied to their government ID.
Think about it.
Eliminating whistleblower protections and free speech on the internet.
CEO of BlackRock, the most powerful company in the world, now supporting Nikki Haley. And to say that doesn't affect her is false, because it's after that meeting later that day that she says that every American needs to be doxxed by having their ID, their government-issued ID, tied to what they say on the internet. So I think that this is far more corrupt than I even imagined when I entered politics.
And he totally outs Nikki Haley on her woke Democrat donors.
Go to Nikki Haley's comment from earlier that she is somehow not responding to the will of these donors. Nikki, you were bankrupt when you left the UN. After you left the UN, you became a military contractor.
Ooh.
You actually started joining service on the board of Boeing, whose back you scratched for a very long time.
Boeing, the plane that always crash, remember. We all know what Boeing is.
And now you're a multimillionaire. That math does not add up. It adds up to the fact that you are corrupt. And when I said they were bought and paid for, I meant the Republican establishment, not the Democratic establishment. Now you have Reid Hoffman, the person who's effectively George Soros Jr., funding lawsuits across this country against Donald Trump to keep him off the ballot, funding left-wing causes. We discovered this week that he is one of Nikki Haley's largest supporters. Larry Fink, the king of the woke industrial complex, the ESG movement.
He goes after her dangerous, uninformed foreign policy.
Foreign policy experience is not the same as foreign policy wisdom. I want everybody at home to know that I was the first person to say we need a reasonable peace deal in Ukraine. Now a lot of the neocons are quietly coming along to that position, with the exceptions of Nikki Haley and Joe Biden, who still support this, what I believe is pointless war in Ukraine. And I think those with foreign policy experience, one thing that Joe Biden and Nikki Haley have in common is that neither of them could even state for you 3 provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for. Look at that. This is what I want people to understand. These people have, I mean, she has no idea what the hell the names of those provinces are, but she wants to send our sons and daughters and our troops and our military equipment to go fight it. So reject this myth that they've been selling you, that somebody had a cup of coffee stint at the UN and then makes $8 million after, has real foreign policy experience. It takes an outsider to see this through. Look at the blank expression. She doesn't know the names of the provinces.
Hey, she was sitting there with the IA ass face, wasn't she? That's crazy.
But peep this,
but look, we still building, y'all. Don't lose track. Keep that thought. Keep that thought.
Check this out right here, though. This is the part that it all leads up to.
Mike Wyatt.
Mike, good to meet you.
You and my girl. When I went in, it was fidelity, bravery, integrity. They broke my heart. This can't be. This can't go on. And
We will, and I like the way you're pushing, because it's those are my instincts, right? But I can tell you what we can immediately get done. Well, thank you for your service.
she says be careful.
This could be a scam too.
I mean, we're guided by our purpose. I know that it can get ugly. You mean like,
yes.
Be careful, be careful. Yeah. What did you do in the bureau?
Be careful, because they'll kill him.
I was a SWAT guy, but I worked counterintelligence and counterterrorism, and I was one of those guys that was convinced they were never do it for them.
You how many years were you in the FBI?
22. I was a cop before that.
Okay, you're worried.
Yes. I'm worried.
Okay.
He's retired.
What would you do in my shoes?
The fact that they
I get some very,
view
very
this
competent
on
help.
camera
Okay.
And
means
some
it's
very
probably a
competent
hoax.
did some intelligence work
They just
for you
want people to
before you went places.
chase
Okay.
after this guy and vote for him.
Walk around,
And,
talk to people.
you know, using fear mongering to do it.
Okay.
Because that's what I did for a living. I had people to tell me what they didn't want to tell me. And the other thing is, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm trying to follow in your footsteps, but I don't think my worm farm is going to catch up.
Okay.
With
Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll take that seriously, man. I'm reading between the lines of what you're saying, and we got you.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll take care of ourselves. And
Seen how aggressive these alphabet organizations
Yes.
have become. They're coming after you.
yeah, no doubt about it. But we're ready.
No doubt about it. Come
If you
on.
think you're going back into private life, if this doesn't work out, they're coming.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Funny, right?
Think about that, yo. We building here, but also think about that. Now, one thing I can say though as well, don't get caught up
Also-
in like, oh, he's saying the right things and this and that. Look, can't trust none of them.
None of them.
Be for real with you. We can't trust none
View
of them. They all
Dre
are liars
OG.
and they have agendas. I've seen the same person speak on my people about the land and stuff like that. These the same people that still lie to you about there not being black presidents before Barack Obama. And we all know that that is complete fucking lies. We know where the land and where it resides with the people of the land, but they want to still skim away from that. That's the biggest thing that they want to keep keep y'all away from, us away from as a group. You know what I'm saying? They lied to all of us. And like I said, white, black, Asian, whatever, they lied to all of us.
Exactly.
Keep us all enslaved. You talk about slave, it's not the people that they taught you about in school. It's the people that were brought over here, and it's all of us that were put in the system. This is a slave system. The reason why they can sell us on the stock market, we all have numbers that have money attached to them. It's crazy. But you're the bondholder. But look, it is what it is, people. I'm gonna keep going. But